Hey guys, it's me, Doggy Awesome, and today I have another video. But first, see that plate over there? That is a plate of pancakes of a person that didn't subscribe. And I ate it completely, and I licked off the whole thing. Yes. So if you don't want to end up like that guy, and you don't want your pancakes to be eaten, then you better subscribe, or else. Anyways, enjoy the video.
So, little bit of a disclaimer, if you want to call it that, or maybe just a claimer. But, anyways, if you are doing a manhunt and you want to run bastions normally, then you can't, because there's brutes now. And also, pearl trades are lowered, and so it's a lot different than usual. So that's why I've made this video, so that you know how to route bastions in 1.16 and you don't keep dying to them. I personally used to keep dying to them until I figured out certain maneuvers to get around these. Lava. So first, I'd like to say that when you're going to the Bastion, you're going to have full iron, iron axe, iron pick, lava bucket, a lot of blocks, and some food. And probably not 64 food, but enough food. So what I did here was I mined forward 9 blocks, because from the start block to the chest block, that's 9 blocks away, right? And so I started 2 blocks to the right of the chest, that's why I mined 2 to the right. And then here, I'm actually going to make a mistake. So the other chest is, there's a 3 block gap in between these chests, but I mined 3 blocks in total. And I started on the other side of the chest. So I should, I made a mistake, but there's a 3 block gap. So in that case, I would actually mine 5 blocks. I'm starting on the right side of the double chest. And this chest was pretty good. So this time I decided to go to the chest block. This is the first chest, of course. And I mined 9 blocks in. Just the same. But I went to the single chest this time and not the double chest. So, like, if you're going for the chest, you're just gonna have to mine 9 blocks in from the start of the bastion on 1.6 and 1.5. I did have to mine that gilded blackstone block, but it was like, it wasn't that big of a deal because I was opening a chest anyway. I would aggro the pigmen anyway, and so that's pretty much it for the chests. So, moving on. Now, if we go down these stairs, we could find the normal gold blocks, which aren't the most useful things in bastions, but they're somewhat important. And I took a wrong turn here because I'm an idiot. But if you don't want to do that and not be like me, then there is an actual normal speedrun route that I recommend that you watch before this, so you know how to route it normally and you can find the gold blocks. Here I have found a brute. So this brute is kind of like in the way. It hasn't seen me yet, but I will have to block it off. I'm trying to aggro it. Yeah, there we go. And so I made a pretty dumb mistake there. Almost died, but eventually I managed to block it off. And so if you want to not be like me, then you should just block it off earlier. Oh yeah, thanks, pig. Anyways, yeah, I could just do that, and then I can lava the brute. Or the brute and the piglin, I guess. Yes, so now I've found the pig face block, is what I like to call it, and I'm mining the gold blocks, and I hope this was useful to you, so you could get the gold blocks in the housing bastion. Now here's a pretty typical spawn for a treasure bastion. I started by bridging to it, basically, and bridging to this big lava pit over here. And you can dig into this block right here and the wall to get inside the treasure area. Now I have gold blocks, so that guy is not aggro. But there's always at least 2 brutes down at the bottom sector on top of the big gold blocks good chest area. So you'll need to watch out for that. Also, watch out on your enter. If you go through the wall, there also might be brutes, so just keep that in mind while you're doing it. And so here, I just got down lower to try to lure the brutes. I also blocked myself off, not get hurt. So I just got down lower so that the brute would follow me. And now, brutes are actually not that dumb. He's running away from the lava, but now he's trapped, so he's dead. Try to get the other guy into my view. I also just bridged, and nice play by me right there. Although, what I didn't account for was that magma cubes can actually swim up lava. But this one's pretty stupid, so he didn't get me. Anyways, yeah, so I got that brute as well. And the reason I used lava and not just build up 2 blocks and crit it with axes is because if I use lava, I don't aggro any of the other piglins. And if I had the other piglins, the bow guy could knock me off, and the sword guys would also try to hit me, and so they'd still do a lot of damage. So just keep that in mind. I recommend lavaing, but only punch if you really need to. You might think I should have jumped down earlier instead of this big cut. It was actually like a lot of time, but I just waited for the magma cube to jump down, and by a lot of time I mean like 30 seconds. But I waited for the magma cube to jump down so I could get rid of the spawner, and then here I could break into the gold blocks. But the thing to think about, make sure that you're careful where you go down, because there are brutes on these gold blocks and they can access you on certain parts. And this time I only had 1 brute, which is pretty good. But sometimes there might be more than 1 brute, so keep that in mind. And make sure you mind him and lava him, just like I did. Now I just jumped in here because, like I could, pretty much. But I realized that I forgot like all of my blocks. And so now there's like a billion magma cubes just harassing me. So I have like no blocks to block, like to fully block myself in. That's why this happened. So, if you don't want to be like me in this case, just bring more blocks. But one thing that I did do well was I was able to shield, because I did still make this 3-block area, so they could only access me through 1 entrance point, and there's also lava blocking them, which slowed them down. But either way, I still managed to kill them all, because I'm not that garbage at the game, right? This part right here is a stupid mistake, and by stupid, it's not that stupid, but like, I got the chest. I did get the chest, but I did leave the little guys, and the thing about those guys, they can still hit you. They still do damage. They're not like baby slimes where they can't do damage, they just run at you. These guys can still do damage as a piglin falls on me, because I did, in fact, mine the gold blocks. But if you want to play that better, you could just make less access to yourself and block yourself in more before getting the gold blocks in the chest. Anyways, I had to kill all of these guys because they still do damage, and I realized that. Yeah, so also this is a pretty nice fire spec too. Oh, exactly what I mean right there. They shoved me into lava. Perfect timing. You know? Good thing is, I was in full iron, which you would probably have in manhunts, unless you're kind of dumb, because the hunters can just like kill you if you're not in full iron in another. Here's just some scouting tips in case you didn't know. I'm just in spectator mode for now, but see that gap over there was a 2-block wide gap. Let's see if I can come back to it. Yeah, so it's a 2-block wide gap. That's another vertical 2-block wide gap. And so those are both bad gaps. And so what that means is that they're not going to have the gold blocks. But see this gap right here that you're looking at, this is a good gap because it's a 1-block wide gap. And so basically you can dig into this and you'll find the gold block section. Although you have to dig down a lot. And right here, I go up to the top rampart, and I just lava lava this brute, because he got in my way. I also lava this hoglin by accident, which is pretty funny. It also gave me food, so pretty nice, pretty nice. But anyways, I'm just gonna ignore the bottom section and block myself in on this chest so I don't get hurt. So here's the normal part where you look for the different gaps. Again, there's some pretty good speedrunning tutorials, but there you can see the 1 block gap, and that's where I'm gonna dig in. Here's the area with the gold blocks, and as you can see, this guy is mad at me, and I'm on a 1 block gap. But if you back up all the way on the 1 block gap, then he actually won't be able to hit you. If you do come a bit closer, he will be able to hit you, so keep that in mind. Just stand on the back half part of the block as I'm punching right here. Here I'm making a hole right now for the piglins to come in, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you why I didn't do any chests for hoglin stables. It's because the chests in here are absolute garbage. There's only single chests. Well, at least in this specific bastion, there was only single chests. But if you got the double chest, it'd be pretty much the same as bridge. So yeah, that's why I didn't do chests for this. It's basically the same as bridge, and in this bastion I didn't even get any triple chests. And the other single chests are garbage. So keep that in mind. Now, bridge is probably the easiest bastion for me to explain, because it's literally just dip route. And like, if you haven't seen bastion routes, dip route's like a really easy route to understand. You know, again, I'm just lavaing these hoglins, so, because it's easier to do than just, because I don't need food. But if you did need food, you could just build up 3 blocks and lava them and hit them. And basically, yep, just dip route. So these zombified piglins get right in my way. That's cool. Mine all the gold blocks. And I guess here's the rest of dip route, which I'm just going to the other side because I'm being stupid, but it's right here. You can just dig up and then go around and dig there. And this is the one thing that's different. So the thing that's different is that, like, you could normally bridge to the other side and get piglins, but now you can't do that. And there's also chests there, but now you can't do that. And the reason is because there's a brute in that specific location. And one thing I also like messed up on dip route here is because I didn't get the stairs. Normally you get the stairs so the piglins could actually like enter, but yeah, so I'm just amazing at the game. Don't question it. Yep, as I got attacked right there. And so here, if you want to actually get that chest over there, which, I mean, like, I kind of advise it. I don't really know what you can gain in those chests. But I just lure the brute over here, and I build up 2 blocks, and I lava him. And now he's dead. Because that's how Minecraft works. Isn't that amazing? Also, this is a dumb glitch that I found the other day, where if you're on soul sand, you can actually die to lava, because it's soul sand, and it's not a full block. And that's so amazing, isn't it? Yeah. I actually died into a manhunt to one of them. And that's how I found the glitch, by the way. So, just keep that in mind. And so, that's gonna do it for this video. And if you have anything, like that, any other videos or mistakes that I might have made in this video, then you can comment it down below. And, I'll see you in the next one.